find a comfortable seated position. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. If your eyes already naturally closed, then let them stay closed. But if they're still open, no need to rush it. Take in your environment. Let go of anything that may be pulling your attention away. And then as you're ready, close your eyes gently. Speaking of grounding, before we go any further, just feel the weight of your physical body in your chair or wherever it is you're sitting or maybe standing. And if you're listening to this later, while you're doing something else, of course, keep enough attention to continue doing what you're doing, but you can still participate. So connection with the earth far beneath the chair, the floor, the foundation of your building. And connection to the sky through the crown of your head, but gently, just touching in. Notice your breath. Notice your heartbeat. Notice the fact that you are here. You are here. You are here. And now, I'd like for you to tune into your sensory perception. In a direct and immediate kind of way, not through thinking, not through labels, not through analyzing. And not through looking around, reaching out, trying to find something. But right where you are, receive all the sensory phenomena occurring. And let's briefly take each one in turn. Behind your closed eyelids, notice what you see or receive what's there to be seen, to be perceived visually. but with your eyes closed. Again, without labeling or thinking, just perceive. Light, dark contrast, the texture there, any images, shapes, colors, specific details, and then a more expanded view. Same with sounds. What sounds are you receiving? And let it, again, just be the sound, not the label of what's making the sound, not an idea. Just the vibration. Inside your body, outside your body, inside the room, outside the room. And for any that do have the higher sense perceptions awakening, that as well. So neither exclude the physical world of sensory input, nor exclude the extrasensory world. Incorporate them both without overemphasizing or neglecting either one. And then sensations, physical feelings, or extrasensory physical sensations. Heartbeat, breath, body in the chair, tickles or itches on your skin, the warmth or coolness of the air around you. Painting these suggestions out with names that don't relate with the sensation through the label or through the idea, just the direct perception. You never felt before, as though you don't know what it is. But it's not mealtime now necessarily, then taste and smell are probably a little more subtle, not so obvious in this moment. But tune into those as well. Subtle taste, subtle smell, physical or extrasensory. But again, just the experience of the taste, just the perception of the smell. That direct and immediate contact with that phenomenon. And then let's move it to the interior plane for a little exploration. This is where thoughts, emotions, energy patterns, can be experienced. Relate with them in the same way. Again, both details, textures, zoom in and zoom out, everything at once. But immediate. not through a label, not through thinking. Now I want you to continue on your own for a couple minutes in the same kind of way. Either all five senses plus the interior world with thoughts, emotions, and energy, or one or two that feel most interesting. In kind of a random but intentional scrolling kind of way. Notice this, touch in with this, sounds, sensations, images, thoughts, smell, taste, emotion, energy, and back again. Sounds, colors, feelings, patterns, thoughts. And be as specific or as broad as you like. The most important thing being touching in directly to the immediate perception, not through a label, not through naming what the thing is. And what makes this a meditation is your invitation and ability to stay focused while you're doing this. So exercise that interior muscle to notice if distractions have taken you away, or if you're thinking about something else, or thinking about the object, or daydreaming, then notice, return, and resume. Notice, return, and resume. And as you continue, as you persist and really utilize your interior muscle of attention and intention, then one of two things may happen. On the one hand, what you're perceiving, the world around you, outside of you, inside of you, both third dimensionally and extrasensorily, could start to shift. Your experience, your perception of that world could change, become a little more dreamlike, malleable, or clear. Where you're perceiving that sound, perceiving that image, perceiving that sensation clearly. Not through an interpretive lens. On the other hand, something else that may happen is that you're transported beyond all of that altogether into a more standard meditative state. In which case, do what you can to maintain that. With your only task being, anytime you notice distractions or what I call autopilot, idle thoughts, you just notice, return to the technique, continue, and let go the rest. Keep this up for a couple more minutes. Again, details as well as full picture, one at a time and all at once. And or focusing in on one or two that are most interesting. Good. Now, just notice the space that you're now inhabiting. And notice what indications there are that you're in a different mode or a different state of consciousness than you were when we began. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, but you are more connected, more present, more tuned in, more sensitive, more aware. And don't even label that, just feel it. Maintain that as I give you one more inquiry. Since birth, we are taught to fixate on and emphasize time and space in a third dimensional way. And even though we have deeper and higher understandings as healers and meditators and spiritual travelers, still the product of that deep conditioning. And so even when you were doing that meditation, there was probably an assumption about where and perhaps even amount of time those phenomena were occurring. That sound over there, that image in here, that sensation down there that lasts for a particular amount of time. out there, over there, in there. But when you let go of the label, let go of the interpretation, let go of time, space, duality, dimension, where precisely from the perspective of your present awareness do those phenomena occur? Feel into the truth of that without conditioning. Where do they occur? The sound, the sensation, the image, the color, the taste, the smell, the thought, the emotion, the energy, the overall experience of your being is experienced, witnessed, registered, seen, heard, felt, perceived in the same space of consciousness, the same mind screen or mind field, if you will. Even the concept of over there, up there, down there, in here is perceived in the same space. Immediate, direct, right here. For another minute or two, see if you can explore the same reality that you just were. Sensory perception, interior awareness. And feel free now, if you like, to open your eyes and incorporate the visual, physical exterior world into this as well. That everything seen, everything heard, everything felt, everything thought is arising and occurring to you, only you. You are the unique viewer, perceiver of it. In this immediate space, awareness and consciousness, right here. Same space that your body is registered, same space your mind, same space your personality, same space of yourself. So a lot of meditation instructors like to say this thing like, bring yourself back to the room, come back to your body. But my opinion is you didn't go anywhere. So you don't have to come back. And especially if we're working on staying grounded in your body while you do all this adventuring and traveling, then you definitely don't have to come back. You just turn the dial of consciousness to a more awake, alert, frontal lobe function whilst maintaining that relaxed awareness in the back of your brain. So as you open your eyes, integrate into your here and now body mind the experience we just had.